Just ahead on News Channel 9 and NewsChannel9.com, a woman is hurt after she wrecks her SUV. We'll show you what deputies pulled from her car. Plus, we have an update on that hiker that fell from a ropes course wall and hung by his ankle for 2 days. And remembering 9/11, we'll take you to ground zero as the somber 10-year anniversary of the terror attacks approaches.
And I'm Bill Race. We have a beautiful stretch of weather coming up, including the weekend. I'll have the latest details.
News Channel 9 Midday starts now.
You're watching WTVC Chattanooga. This is News Channel 9 Midday.
Good afternoon. I'm Sarah Jennings. Almost 10 years later, those affected by 9/11 look back. And meantime, authorities deal with a current terror threat. We began with TJ Winnick at Ground Zero in New York.
You don't have to look any further than this morning's commute here in New York City to realize how much the world changed a decade ago. Enhanced police presence and vehicle stops in the wake of a new terror threat just 2 days before the 10th anniversary of the September 11th attacks. Officials say the latest threat is credible, though not confirmed, and there is no certainty an attack has been planned. The focus of this weekend's New York commemoration, Ground Zero. The memorial here, as well as the museum and office building still under construction, have been a decade in the making.
The purpose of the memorial is to give families a place to grieve, to tell a story so that we don't forget that our freedoms are fragile.
The Memorial Plaza includes 2 enormous pools and the footprints of where the Twin Towers once stood. Engraved around the edges, the 2,983 names of those lives lost.
Feels like we marked this very sacred spot and took a lot of work, but it's for the families and for the public, it's worth it.
Patricia Smith is a member of one of those families. She was just 2 years old on 9/11. Her mother, Moira, a police officer, never came home that day.
I really just wish she was back with her family. I feel like it would just put everything, make everything normal again.
Among those who will never forget that horrible day, the Sarasota, Florida students, now high school seniors, who were listening to President Bush read them a story when he was told America was under attack.
I think he was putting the mentality of the students before his own, and he didn't panic so that we would remain calm.
The Memorial Plaza here will be open to the public for the first time on September 12th, though visitors will have to register online first. That will likely be the case until all of the construction here is complete. TJ Winnick, ABC News, New York.
And a number of events planned for this weekend throughout our viewing area as well. As we remember the victims and heroes of 9/11, so many of you are sharing stories on our Facebook wall, where you were, what you were doing when you first heard the news. Tiffany Murphy wrote, "I lived in New Jersey, across the river from New York City, about 20 minutes from Newark Airport. My twins had just turned 1 and I was feeding them breakfast. My husband called me and told me to find out how to transfer to Tennessee. He wasn't going to raise his kids there, so close to the city that would always be a target. It literally hit close to home." We'll hear Murphy's story in her own words later today on News Channel 9. Meantime, feel free to share your memories as well on our Facebook wall. And now to Bledsoe County, where a high school football player is critically injured during practice. News Channel 9 confirms Paul Kanan Boring was flown from Bledsoe County to Chattanooga's Erlanger Medical Center after suffering an injury on the football field yesterday. A hospital spokesperson says Kanan is in extremely critical condition. Erlanger Medical Center also tells us the hiker who was caught in a ropes course is in extremely critical condition as well. We brought you that story last night. 57-year-old Melvin Davis hung upside down by his ankle for 2 days, and he stayed there until he was found by a fellow hiker. Davis fell from this climbing wall Tuesday, and that's where Justin Eustace found him. Eustace didn't want to talk to us on camera, but said that Davis's leg was caught in a rope, and he spent 2 days outside in the rain and cold, hanging upside down. The structure is part of a ropes course at Greenway Farm, operated by the Adventure Guild, about a quarter mile off the main path near the quarry.
I think that's kind of off the beaten path, so I can imagine that someone could get into trouble up there. I always carry a cell phone when I'm by myself, just in case I fall or something like that happens.
There are several signs posted around the ropes course that say you need permission to use the course. We have called the Adventure Guild to see if Davis had permission. We're told we will receive a statement from them. A woman is hurt in Hamilton County. This is new video from that single car crash that happened just before 10 o'clock on Boy Scout Road. Our photographer on the scene said paramedics took the woman to a local hospital after she ran off the road and hit a pole. We don't know her identity, but we do know that Hamilton County deputies searched her vehicle, and our cameras captured these bottles that officers pulled from the SUV. There is no word on if she is facing any charges. A child is at Erlanger Medical Center this afternoon after a falling tree limb hit him in the head. A hospital spokesperson tells us that 6-year-old Jake Hewitt is in critical condition. And according to the Dalton Daily Citizen, Hewitt was outside playing with his brother during this week's big rain when that limb fell. The newspaper reports the 6-year-old is undergoing a battery of tests and surgery to relieve pressure on his brain. 2 Chattanooga volunteers are headed to the Northeast this afternoon to help out flood victims there. More than 100,000 people from New York to Maryland have been forced to leave their homes because of the flooding caused by both Hurricane Irene and Tropical Storm Lee. In Johnson City there, New York, stores, schools, neighborhoods all underwater. 2 Chattanooga Red Cross volunteers, Dick and Marianne Blazik, are headed now to Pennsylvania. It is the first day of free curbside recycling for East Ridge residents. We told you about the revamped city service this summer, and this morning our crew drove around and found a number of people with those big bins ready to be picked up along the curb. Residents who've signed up for the service don't even have to worry with sorting the items. You just have to put them out for pickup on Fridays. Well, the news isn't good for Colts fans today. The club reports that star quarterback Peyton Manning has undergone a second surgery on his injured neck, and they are not sure when he'll be in uniform. The 4-time MVP and former UT QB had already been ruled out of this Sunday's opener in Houston. When News Channel 9 Midday continues, one Georgia county is considering using its inmates to do more than roadside work. We'll tell you what's got so many people fired up.
Well, we're going to be heating up, and that's the high temperatures especially. Now, these lows will still be very pleasant over the weekend, and we're just getting closer to normal on those highs. I'll have the details.
I couldn't work after my accident, so I applied for Social Security benefits, but was denied.
The laws are so confusing. How can I get my benefits started?
I'm Brent. And I'm Jay. We're the insiders at the McMahon Law Firm. If you've been denied Social Security disability benefits, call us right now.
We know how to cut through the red tape and get you your benefits. Now I'm approved, and I'm getting my benefits.
Now I'm getting my Social Security benefits.
Calling us
is just that easy.
We know how to help you get approved. Call 265-1100.
Bojangles presents It's Bow Time. Rule 48. When a girlfriend asks to hear those 3 little words, she must accept It's Bow Time as a valid response. Hurry to Bojangles now to get our cinnamon pecan twist topped with delicious sweet icing. Bojangles, it's Bow Time.
I received around $400 in credits to help me buy the things I need, and it was easy to order.
Being able to see the dentist every 6 months, now that's what I call a bonus.
If you're currently on Medicare and you qualify for TennCare, call us today. We're United Healthcare, and we've designed a plan to help give you one less thing to worry about. United Healthcare Dual Complete Preferred. In addition to your Medicare and TennCare, it adds benefits you may not even know about.
Finally, here was a way to make things a little easier.
Call today and learn more about credits you can use as dollars to shop from our health products catalog. Things like over-the-counter medications, vitamins, even toothbrushes. There's also vision, hearing, and dental coverage, and much more. So give us a call today.
United Healthcare, they've made a huge difference for me.
It's so nice having one less thing to worry about.
Are you in pain? Are you having trouble finding a physician who understands? Are you in need of a primary care physician? Pain Management of Hamilton County is now accepting new patients. All major medical insurance plans are accepted, and you'll receive no wait scheduling when you call 423-521-0991. Call Pain Management of Hamilton County at 423-521-0991 for your immediate evaluation today.
Bojangles presents It's Bow Time. Rule 48. When a girlfriend asks to hear those three little words, she must accept It's Bow Time as a valid response. Hurry to Bojangles now to get our cinnamon pecan twist topped with delicious sweet icing. Bojangles, it's Bow Time.
Good afternoon. We have some gorgeous weather coming our way here as we go through the weekend. The temperatures are going to be getting closer to normal for high temperatures. We have been fairly low for high temperatures, only in the upper 60s, lower 70s here lately, but we'll get warmer than that today. And we're already starting to see some of that warmth take place, like 73 Nashville, Atlanta 73, and 77 in Charlotte, 74 Kansas City, 76 in Jackson, Mississippi. But, you know, nothing really extreme out here. Everyone's kind of in the same air mass after that tropical system moved through and brought us all the record rain. We are now 71 degrees, and so it definitely looks like a good start to getting to those upper 70s today. 64 is all in Crossville, though. 73 Nashville, 75 in Huntsville, 76 Birmingham Mountains, lagging behind 5 or 6 degrees. Great weather for high school football. Best night of the season, certainly, with the cooler temperatures. Low to mid 70s as you get started. And then on the way home, actually a little chill in the air, perhaps it feels like, with temperatures down in the 60s. You know, in some of these mountain areas, it'll be down even in the upper 50s by the time some of these games would end if you have one of those. More sunshine ahead over the next few days. And when I say more sunshine, what I mean is compared to the last couple days when we still had clouds, warmer afternoons, that warming trend you'll see in a moment. Mainly dry weather for this next few days. Slight chance of a shower perhaps into early next week. The big change in weather, finally, we're starting to see, it's hard to imagine, but that low pressure still in the upper levels of the atmosphere, spinning around in the Great Lakes, spinning some rain back into the Midwest, and for us, finally releasing some of the clouds. But we still are just barely on the southern edge of that circulation, and a few clouds, especially east and northeast of our area, will be in evidence, but definitely the trend is for more sunshine. Partly cloudy and 78 for the high today. West wind 5 to 10. Tonight we will have a mostly clear sky and a low of 58. Mountain areas near 50. Tomorrow 82, mostly sunny skies, west wind 5 to 10. So it's looking grand for Sunday as well, with a high of 85 after a low of 58. A couple of showers possible Monday and Tuesday. And then again, late in the period, perhaps just beyond Thursday into Friday, we may have a front come through here. Until then, though, the temperatures are still going to be warming a bit. We'll probably see temperatures more in the mid-80s by Wednesday and Thursday. So outside, compared to the last few days, we are seeing some sunshine on the roads on the interstate here and moving along with dry weather. As the 10th anniversary of 9/11 attacks approach, NASA has provided a new look at the I just saw this at the tragedy, which was visible all the way from the International Space Station. The images show a large plume of smoke from the burning World Trade Towers, and these I saw online this morning. I was, you know, we're starting to see and hear some things, you know, from that time, and it's kind of one of those things that you don't know if you really want to, but.
Sure.
But it is it's history, and images and voices are going to be heard.
A difficult weekend for so many people, and so many towns, cities, just about every place in our viewing area holding some sort of ceremony or event from now through Sunday just to commemorate.
Well, as you
the
saw,
anniversary.
you know, this morning we started that thread on Facebook. And I mean, it was immediate. People, you know, of course, it's one of those things that you're never going to forget. If you were, you know, alive and alert to, what, you know, you had a conscience of, you know, if you were 5 years old, you're going to have that the rest of your life.
Certainly so.
Yeah. Well, I'll see you back here in a little bit.
All right, Phil, thank you.
All right.
A fire official now says there is no need to use a DC-10 jetliner to drop thousands of gallons of retardant on a Central Texas wildfire. It's destroyed nearly 1,400 homes and killed 2 people. Officials had said it would be launched today over the site of the most devastating of the nearly 180 wildfires that started in the state this week. Crews have said they've managed to tame the biggest flames and are focusing on hot spots with ground crews. Fire officials say the plane is ready and can be used anywhere in the state of Texas if necessary. Now to Georgia, where one county is considering a plan that would have inmates working along firefighters at fire scenes. And as Vic Michelucci reports, it's a controversial plan and people are starting to take sides.
They were sentenced to do hard time behind bars, but a select group of inmates may get the chance to get out, fight fires, and respond to medical emergencies. Having inmates serve as firefighters here in Camden County is really only an idea being tossed around right now to help solve the budget woes here in the county. Still, a lot of people are talking about it, and many of them aren't happy.
It still would make me nervous as a female out by myself running errands.
Prison and jail is to rehabilitate people, so I mean, I believe people should have second chances.
If they're out there doing some good, they might feel some worth to their own lives.
Several county firefighters contacted us. They wanted to remain anonymous, but said they feared for their safety, and they and their families don't like the idea of working so hard for a profession that could be given to convicts. But lawmakers say something has to be done.
I wouldn't want to say that I'm in favor of it, but I am certainly interested in it, and so far I haven't seen enough downsides to it to make me think that it would not work for us.
Commissioner Jimmy Starline recently visited Sumter County, Georgia, where prisoners have been working as firefighters for 2 years now. By all accounts, the program is very successful. Inmate firefighters don't make a salary and are relatively inexpensive to train, feed, and house.
They would never leave the fire station except on calls.
Starline says the program would only accept nonviolent offenders with good behavior, and they'd be monitored by closed-circuit television cameras and staff firefighters. He says the county can't afford to hire any additional firefighters, but at the same time, residents need more public safety workers.
This would not lay off any firemen. That's not the intention at all. This would supplement the firemen that we have.
And that is Vic Michelucci reporting. Coming up after the break, a real-life version of a wildly popular game that's popped up in China.
You're watching News Channel 9 Midday. Go to newschannel9.com and click on Ask the Experts for a list of local businesses you can trust. There may be no fountain of youth, but you can feel better and look better with expert advice from Dalton Plastic Surgery. A perfect smile will take you a long way, and live in the experts at Greater Chattanooga Orthodontics will make your smile beautiful.
Ask the Expert. Ask the Expert on newschannel9.com.
Rick Davis Gold and Diamonds now pays you more for your gold and gives you a free gas card. Turn your unwanted gold into cold hard cash and enjoy the ride with a free gas card. We're buying gold all day, every day. Rick Davis Gold and Diamonds.
I got hurt in a car wreck, and I've got some questions.
Of course you do, and I have the answers. Just call me.
Can you pretty much take care of everything?
Call me. It's just that easy.
Call 265-1100.
Life before my new dentures was hard. I couldn't eat what I wanted to eat. But after I went to Aspen Dental, big difference. I could eat all the foods I love. They knew how to help me find payments that I could afford because I'm on a fixed income. And best of all, they have the most wonderful people in the office.
Right now, custom crafted dentures start at just $249. Call 1-800-ASPEN-DENTAL.
And I can't say thank you enough.
Take a little time to smile.
Unclaimed freight notice this weekend at American Freight. 7-piece living room packages that include a sofa, love seat, coffee table, 2 end tables, and 2 designer lamps. You get all 7 pieces for only $398 complete. 100% approved free layaway. Bring your pickup truck, van, same-day delivery. Come right to the loading docks this weekend only. At American Freight, 6242 Perimeter Drive, 855-7911.
There's too many pieces of Heath Bar. Climbing the new Mini Sonic Blast isn't easy. It's the perfect balance of real ice cream and candy in a snackable 10-ounce size. Oh, I'm using my mouth to save myself.
The new Mini Sonic Blast, now with Heath Bar.
This is how you Sonic.
Rick Davis Gold and Diamonds now pays you more for your gold and gives you a free gas card. Turn your unwanted gold into cold hard cash and enjoy the ride with a free gas card. We're buying gold all day, every day. Rick Davis Gold and Diamonds.
This is News Channel 9 Midday.
On Wall Street at the noon hour this Friday, the Dow Jones Industrial Average is down 299 points. The NASDAQ down as well, 54 points. We're about 3.5 months away from Christmas. Say it isn't so. Walmart's already announced it's bringing back layaway for the holiday season. The program will be available at stores nationwide beginning October 17th through December 16th. Toy and electronic gifts with a retail price of $15 or more will be eligible for the program. The company said that it is partly in response to millions of Facebook fans who expressed a desire for the return of layaway. At a time when international companies are vying to gain a foothold in China, one brand has gotten an unexpected head start. A Chinese company has opened a theme park based on that popular game, Angry Birds. But rather than sue the copycat company, the makers of Angry Birds wants to collaborate. Jonathan Mann reports.
Unauthorized Angry Birds. If you're among the 120 million worldwide who play the game on a smartphone or regular computer, you already know about the colorful cartoon birds and their constant struggle against the green pigs. Now, a Chinese theme park has opened a real-life version of Angry Birds. Visitors use giant slingshots to launch bird-shaped balls at green piggy balloons and a toy brick fortress. But this game was hatched without the company's permission. Instead of filing a lawsuit, the Finnish game maker Rovio has entered talks with the theme park about a partnership. It's part of the Angry Birds strategy to expand into the lucrative China market. A Chinese version of the game is set to launch this month, and Rovio is hoping to reach 100 million downloads in China by the end of the year. For Rovio, Angry Birds is not just a game, but an entertainment franchise in the making, with t-shirts and toys for sale, and plans for a board game and a TV show or movie. First launched in 2009, Angry Birds is the top-grossing app in the U.S. and scores of other countries too. According to Reuters, Rovio raised $42 million from investors earlier this year and is now reported to be talking to potential new partners about an additional investment, an investment that could push the company's value up to $1.2 billion. China could add millions more to the company's bottom line. Rovio is even capitalizing on the country's Moon Festival with an Angry Birds Seasons update and Angry Birds-shaped mooncakes at less than $5 a pair. The mooncakes are selling like, well, hotcakes.
And that was Jonathan Mann reporting. An industry insider says that the theme park might inspire new marketing strategies for video game developers and who knows, maybe a future theme park here in America. When it comes to dips, hummus is a lot healthier than most. Unlike other creamy dips, it has protein and fiber and is relatively low in fat and calories. Coming up on News Channel 9 at 5:30, Consumer Reports taste tested to see if there's a supermarket hummus that comes close to freshly made. Coming up in today's good news, a fighter who is inspiring people both inside and outside the ring.
You're watching News Channel 9 Midday.
I'm sexy and I know it.
Dancing with the Stars 2-hour premiere event, Monday, September 19th on ABC.
John McMahon knew how to cut through the red tape, and now I'm approved and I'm getting my benefits.
Now I'm approved and I'm getting my benefits. Let us cut through that red tape for you. Calling us is just that easy.
We know how to help you get approved. Call 265-1100.
Value at KFC. Feed a family of 5 for only $20. Get 10 pieces of chicken, drumsticks, and thighs, 2 large mashed potatoes with gravy, large coleslaw, 6 biscuits, and a chocolate chip cake, all for $20. This is hands down the world's best chicken. Original recipe, extra crispy and grilled. Add the world's most tempting sides for complete meals. And today, get a 10-piece feast with a chocolate chip cake for $20. Today is a KFC day, and today tastes so good.
If you're on Medicare or about to become eligible for Medicare, HealthSpring has important information regarding changes to the Medicare Advantage annual enrollment period. This year, for the first time, all decisions regarding whether to join a Medicare Advantage plan must be made by December 7th. After December 7th, most Medicare beneficiaries will not be able to join a Medicare Advantage plan or make changes between plans until October 1st of 2012. And HealthSpring is here to help. As one of the largest Medicare Advantage plans in the country, HealthSpring can help you with important topics like the recently announced changes to the Medicare Advantage enrollment periods, understanding when you're eligible to join a Medicare Advantage plan and when you're able to change plans. If you're interested in learning more, please call us today at 1-877-333-6043. And when you call, you can receive free information about recent changes to healthcare that could impact you. The call is free, the information is free, and there's no obligation. With over 1 million members on our Medicare Advantage and Part D prescription drug plans, HealthSpring has an established history of working with Medicare beneficiaries. HealthSpring provides answers to questions such as, what does the coverage gap in special election period mean? Or what options are available if you have both Medicare and Medicaid? It's important to note that HealthSpring is contracted with the federal government to administer our Medicare Advantage plans. You do not lose your Medicare coverage as a HealthSpring member. In fact, you cannot lose your Medicare coverage with any Medicare Advantage plan. If this information sounds helpful, call HealthSpring at 1-877-333-6043. While there has been recent changes with the Medicare Advantage program, HealthSpring remains excited about the future. We're unable to discuss our 2012 plans until October 1st as required by law, but we can always help with general questions that you may have. Give us a call at 1-877-333-6043. Call today and let HealthSpring help you get more from Medicare and more from life.
Good news, brought to you by Memorial Hospital.
Welcome back. A former All-State wrestler from Connecticut is undefeated as a professional fighter. It may not seem like a huge deal, but as Mark Sudal shows us in today's Good News, this MMA star has only one hand.
This former All-State wrestler at Jonathan Law High School in Milford is undefeated as a professional.
Everyone I've hit has gotten rocked.
He's now training for his biggest fight yet.
He's not scared to take chances. He'll do things that's unpredictable.
Go! Nick has earned success and respect the way he has lived his life by overcoming a disability and finding ways to work around it.
Some people are going to have to deal with that one of the best fighters around has one hand.
Nick was born with one arm shorter than the other. His left arm stops past the elbow because of a condition called congenital amputation.
I sacrifice a lot for this sport, and when I go out there, I have that all in my mind, everything I've been through and everything.
Nick's problem isn't his disability. It's that people back out on him because they don't want to lose to the guy with one arm.
I honestly think people are nervous. Probably the fear is more that they're going to lose. Once they close that door and the bell rings, it's on.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the main event of the evening.
Anthony the Violence Caponis did agree to fight Nick in the 155-pound main event.
He's a Muay Thai wrestler from Springfield, Mass. And would like everyone to know his opponent weighed in 2 pounds overweight. He is notorious Nick Newell.
Nick's mother and girlfriend cheer him on at every one of his fights.
He has the biggest heart and so much determination.
Early in the fight, it looked like Caponis had the advantage. But Nick used his strength and forced Caponis to tap out. He won in the first minute of the first round, like most of his fights.
I'm impressed by him on a daily basis, fighting or not fighting. I just think he's a good person.
I'm so proud of him. I can't even say enough.
If I inspire people, then that touches me more than any win, you know? If I can give one person hope to go out there and go after their dreams and follow their goals, then my job is accomplished in fighting, and I don't really have to do anything else.
Notorious Nick Newell!
Wow.
I don't know how they all can watch that. I just don't think I could, you know?
He was amazing.
Temperature's going to be just wonderful here as we go through the weekend. Back to the 80s tomorrow.
All right, Bill Race, back to TNT. See you later.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I'm Chris Key. At Watermark